Hi, it's Stefan Kuchar here again from betterretirementlife.com. Now, in today's video, we are going to explore one key reason why you should not make any adaptations to your home. And I'll go on in a minute and I'll explain why. Now, let's say you recently retired, and maybe you with your partner, and one of you has a long-term health condition. What I would suggest you do is, if you say live in the UK, is you go along to your local authority and you ask for a care needs assessment. And as a result of taking that care needs assessment, they will look at your physical and mental needs, and they'll look at how your home needs to be adapted. Now, the bar is set really very, very high for the amount of free grant that they will give you. But should you be able to access that grant, then you could get £1,000 of free adaptations in your home, maybe on the entrances and exits, for example, or maybe some D handles or grab handles to help you get in and out of the bath or up and down the stairs, that kind of stuff. So my advice to you is even if you don't feel like you qualify, at least get the advice from your local authority first before you carry out any adaptations to your home. The good thing about it is that they will at least point you in the right direction of people and trusted suppliers that the local authority uses to carry out those jobs for you. So I'm going to explore a number of key things that might come into your... Well, what about those of us that are pretty healthy and happy in retirement? Well, if you are physically and mentally happy and healthy in retirement, then you can go and if you've got the money, you can have a new kitchen or a new bathroom or a new roof or decorate the house, and that's great. But if you are considering the fact that actually it's getting a bit more difficult to get in and out of the house, then you might need to start looking and thinking about some changes. So let's have a look at the front entrance to the house first. How welcoming is it? Or how easy is it for you to actually get into your house? If you've got one or two steps there, would a ramp actually help you to get into your house? And then once you've actually got into the house, is there enough light for you to actually see as you get in there? So would an exterior lighting or lamp be helpful? Maybe one that's triggered by your physical movement. So that's maybe one area you can look at first. So also considering the area of the front entrance to your house. As you've seen over the last few months or so, the popularity of the so-called video doorbell seems to have gone absolutely bananas, and the prices of them are coming right down. You can get them for around about £100 now, and that's including the installation as well. And then you get a signal, you'll see who's at your front door straight onto your personal mobile phone, which can be very, very helpful. The other thing is, if let's say one of you or your partner are living at home and they need to go out, and you need to allow people in and out of the house, particularly if you're maybe having carers or the doctors are coming in, then maybe having a safety key deposit box outside your house with a 4-digit code or a 6-digit PIN number that's shared with people that you trust can be an easy way for you to get in and out of your home. As we get older, one of the more challenging things, particularly those of us that live in a house that's on a couple of floors, and that's getting up and down the stairs. And if you've perhaps bought a house that's maybe built in the 70s, they didn't always build them with a staircase or a banister, and simply putting in a banister and some grab rails up the hall could add a lot of security and safety as you go up and down the stairs. If you're clearly having trouble going up and down the stairs, then there are a couple of solutions to help you get up and down. And one of those is a stair lift. And there are several different types available. Those that go straight up, and there are those that curve around up and down the stairs. They are quite expensive, but and they'll obviously allow you to sit in them, and you can strap yourself in, and they offer ease of getting around the house. But one of the things that's becoming increasingly popular now is the concept of having a kind of a standing up stair lift, just like, or an elevator, just like you'd get in a public place. And these are not necessarily very expensive, but of course once you take out a big chunk of your room and your roof, then your home is forever changed. So it's quite a significant thing to do. But certainly the feedback from people that have done that seems to suggest that they are highly effective and worth every penny. The other area of an area you want to consider in terms of adapting your home is in the area of the toilet and the bathroom. If you're having trouble getting in and out of the bath, and those of us, even when we're young, we've still had trouble getting out of the bath where we've slipped and fallen and perhaps bruised ourselves. But as you get older and perhaps a bit more fragile, then simply having a grab handle for the bath is simply not good enough. And what you might want to consider is getting the whole of your bathroom converted into a wet room. That may sound very dramatic, but the impact is fantastic in that you have a floor that is completely wet proof and has a slight slope so that the water can drain off, and you can literally shower standing up without wetting the whole bathroom. Maybe you need a divider or something like that, so the whole room isn't completely wetted out. In terms of toilets, then there are hands-free toilets and those with motion sensors, so that once you've finished doing your job, then you can the movement causes the flush. And of course there are various frames that you can put on your toilet as well if you need help getting up from the toilet. If you're like me, and like a lot of older people, you need to get up in the night to go to the bathroom. Maybe you have an ensuite, or maybe you don't, and you have to wander around 6 or 10 or 12 or 15 feet to do that. What you might decide to install is a motion sensor light. So as soon as you get out of your bed, a light comes on. Maybe it's something that doesn't necessarily disturb your partner, but enables you to access the toilet, relatively easily. We've certainly had one in our home for many years. It stopped the children in the past from breaking the ring pulls. The other thing is adjustable beds. There's a whole array of adjustable beds, from ones that you can have, ones that raise your feet up or your chest, and for those of us that have breathing difficulties, having an adjustable bed can be a real boon, so that your front part of your body, or your chest of your body, is raised, let's say maybe up to 45 or even 60 degrees, enable you to sit up and breathe easily whilst you're sleeping or you're actually resting in bed. And then having a grab rail near the bed as well, that can be a suitable and very useful adaptation you might want to consider. Finally, I just want to suggest a few things in your kitchen and cooking area that you might want to consider in terms of making adaptations to your home. I think the principle really here is all about ergonomics. How easy is it for you to physically get around your kitchen? Do you have a little galley kitchen, or do you have a wide kitchen? Are there a difference in levels and so on? Do you have to bend down to go into the fridge or the freezer? And how easy is it for you to bend down and get into the fridge or freezer? Or what about opening the oven? If you've got one of these low ovens, for example, it might be difficult for you to bend over to get stuff out, and then when you do, you end up burning yourself. So there's a lot of things to think about there, as well as access to electrical sockets and so on. How easy is it to plug in the toaster or the kettle or the microwave? But there are several ways around these sort of issues. So for example, in hobs, if the heating is an issue, having a halogen hob can be a real excellent adaptation for two reasons. One is that they're easy to keep clean because you've got a nice flat surface, but secondly, the temperature of the halogen hob cools down really quickly, and there's less chance of you burning yourself as well. You might want to consider a side opening oven, and for example, if your laundry is also in your kitchen area, having a front loading machine can be a lot more easier for you to access as well. Okay, it's been great talking to you today about some issues that you should not do to adapt your home and some things that you can do to adapt your home. I just want to suggest that you go over to our website, betterretirementlife.com, and you can see there some discussion about some adaptations you can do to enable you to safely keep your garden in the great condition that you'd like to. So head on over to the website and have a look at the gardening page as well. Thank you.